Hello, everybody. I'm back. So it is time to do best to worst for this pile of books, and yeah, it's been a very interesting adventure. We the pile went from I think was like the middle part of last month, and goes all the way up until close to like the middle part of this month. So we're going to go through this pile of books, and I will be starting off with the best and ending with the worst. Typically, I do worst to best, but this time around, I decided to do best to worst. So here it goes. So the first book that is the best is Under the Cover of Murder by Warren Elliott. Now, after I was done with this book, I went ahead and bought the two books that was between this one and dedicated to murder. So why this is my best out of the entire pile is I really like the scenery and the location, which was on a yacht. I loved how the author was able to make you feel like you were on it, and it was just a really great book altogether. One of my favorites in the pile, and I really enjoyed it. So the next one is Percy Jackson and the Olympians #2. This is The Sea of Monsters. So the second movie in the Percy Jackson series, which was supposed to be a series, was The Sea of Monsters. I did enjoy that movie a lot. So basically in this one, this is the second book, and basically Chiron says that to Percy's mother that he doesn't believe it's safe for Percy to come back to camp. It's 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 an interesting thing. I bought the Kindle edition of this book because I was trying to check it out from the library, and there was a waiting list, and I was not willing to wait. I like the scenery. I like the characters. I like Percy's brother. He's so clumsy, but he's so cute. All in all, just love this book, and it really brought back a lot of really great memories, and I just really enjoyed it. So the next one is Richard Osman, The Bullet That Missed. This is the third book in the Thursday Night Murder Club. This is one of the books that has really short chapters most of the time. And it's just basically just the Thursday Night Murder Club doing what they've done the last two books. And essentially solving the case while being just a bunch of quirky characters. Very British. This is like a really great British mystery. Absolutely loved it. I do not care what people say. Richard Osman is my favorite author. I love all of these characters. I can't pronounce a lot of their names, but they're a quirky group of like senior citizens that go around and solve cases. I was like, yep, that's what you do the rest of your life. You solve murder mysteries. But The Bullet That Missed, the third book in the series, just as wonderful as the other two. Alright. The next one is A Cast-Off Coven by Juliet Blackwell. This is the second book in the series. I actually bought this as a Kindle edition like a year and a half ago, and I never got around to reading it. But when I started to put the books together, be like, okay, this is what I'm going to be reading, and I got to this one, I definitely got around to the Kindle edition. And basically, this is about a school. This is a fine arts school, and there was a closet that was supposed to never be opened. It was opened. All this stuff happened, and it's Lily Ivory is just basically trying to like figure out what's going on and try to stay alive and all that stuff. And there is a somewhat sex scene in this book, but it's not graphic. It's not like it's very G-rated tame. So just let you guys know. All right. The next one is If the Shoe Kills by A Tourist Trap Mystery by Lynn Calhoun. This is the third book in the series, in the Tourist Trap series. Once again, our protagonist finds herself in a pickle. But this time it's a guy that's a real jackass that ends up dead, and she has to figure out like what is going on and all that type of stuff. And the killer was really shocking. It was really, really shocking. Like, what the author wrote was shocking. I'm like, okay, all right, that's a baby. No, that's not. That's not good. Not good. Use your common sense next time. Then we have Star Trek: The Next Generation. I believe this is number 5. Let me look at it. No, it's number 6. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Alright, so this is number 6. And this is basically, the Federation is giving aid to this planet that basically has damaged itself. And Riker gets kidnapped. Yeah, we can trust Riker to get kidnapped. He always gets kidnapped, it seems. I'm sorry. I speak so bad of Riker. Yeah, it's literally, it literally is just basically, trying to figure out like what's going on and all that type of stuff. Just enjoy the book, especially the part where Riker gets kidnapped. It's always a joy to read. It's kidnapping, yeah, it was a okay book. It wasn't the best in the world, but it was an okay book. Okay. Then we have Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in the trilogy. I can't read it. I got this book last year, like way early last year, and I got it because it was supposed to be a Netflix show. The show got canceled, all that type of stuff. They say it's a really great show. Never watched it. I found myself interested in reading the second book. I just thought that the book was good. It wasn't great or the best thing in the universe, but it was acceptable, and I enjoyed it a lot. And we're going to the point in the pile where we are going to get into the bad ones, which in this pile I only have 2. But yeah, it was a good book. Made me buy the second, and I know the third is at Target, so I could just go and get the third. I don't have to, just like I said, it was a fun read, and I like the author enough to buy the 2 books I showed you guys last week, or was it earlier this? No, it was earlier this week. All right, so yeah. All right. Then yeah, okay. I'm thinking for a second. Then we have Crumbs by Dante Sterling. Not really a great book. I enjoyed the characters. Like I said in the previous video, the characters were charming and cute, and I absolutely just loved their dialogues together and their moments. But it wasn't a super good book. But definitely I'm going to keep it, in my library. And speaking of books, I did actually check out the book Coven yesterday. It does have LGBT characters in it. I liked the premise and the cover, that it's like somebody's like killing people. So yeah, but Crumbs, like I said, not my favorite book in the world. It wasn't super bad. It was okay, but the characters were my favorites. So, yeah. Alright, down to my last 2 that were god-awful. So, we have Hunting for Hidden Gold, which is supposed to be the 5th book in the series. I do not know if this is the byproduct of them censoring about 25% of the book or maybe 50% of the book, but this book was so bad. It was right up there with Magic and Macaroons as being so god awful. I just struggled to read through it. It took me like, I think, a week to read this book. It was just so bad. It was so bad. But like I said, sometimes when you remove stuff, when you're censoring or you're editing stuff, a lot of times you lose what made the book good. And I definitely believe this was one of the cases. Like, yeah, sometimes you need to leave books alone. Because I don't think the writers, who were probably dead by the time this was redone, would have liked that. And what I'm actually going to do is find the original, and I'm going to read it. And I'm going to see if it's improvement. Alright. The last one is Magic and Macaroons by Bailey Cates. I just don't have much more to say about this. This was just, it was just bad. it was, not good. Not good. Alright. I am going to make another video with this for TikTok because this is over 10 minutes. But yeah. Alright, so that is my best to worst for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it and struggled through it. So I will see you guys around. Bye.